Hello, I'm Joe Lewis, sort of the founder of Joe Lewis Fighting Systems. What we're going to do is, on each one of these DVDs, we're going to take you through what you may call, or mainstream martial artists call, katas. I was a two-time national kata champion. As a matter of fact, I'm undefeated in kata. I never liked the word kata. What I'm going to do with our system is, each one of our forms, what you call forms, we call them combination sequences. Each one of our sequences are designed to teach you how to fight or deal with a specific style of fighting or a specific type of fighter. Our director of our association, Joe Lewis Fighting System, Mike Allen, is going to help me. I'm going to show you piece by piece, starting with the first form in our black belt manual. We have 12 forms which deal primarily with punches. Once you know how to punch, work your turning drills, your slipping drills, your body movement drills, your footwork drills. Then we start easing into elbow strikes, knee strikes, and your kicking skills. So what you'll see with each of these forms is it's primarily punching to get you educated as to your tactical movements, your turning maneuvers, how to create a strategy, how to, in general, what we call ring generalship, fight different styles of fighters, such as a taller opponent, a pressure fighter, those types of opponents. We'll keep it simple. There's some fundamentals that come from boxing that we use in kickboxing that you can use in upright fighting that you need to know. Such as, I get inside, I'm on a bigger opponent, I don't want to stand in front of that opponent and keep trading punch for punch. So I need to turn him. So you fake one direction, maybe change the angle on him. So these forms are designed to teach you tactical maneuvers such as that. We call it turning. You'll be learning how to pivot in, pivot out. Try to follow along. If I give you a word such as squeeze or slip, try to identify and remember exactly what that movement looks like so you can use it as part of your own vocabulary. Now we're going to start off, first of all, the first form that we show, and you can start teaching this on a white belt level. It's 10 pieces, nice and simple. First of all, opponent attacks an outside right hook or a straight right hand. He blocks, comes back, 2 counter punches. A hook, straight right hand. Opponent counters, he catches. A left hook, blocks. I come with a straight right hand or a looping. Coaches, you move the mitt like an elliptical motion like this, straight over the head. He goes under, he comes back, hook, right hand, finishes off with 2 hooks downstairs at the liver, back upstairs at the head, boom. He pivots out, boom. Now pivot back out. He comes back in, closes the door with a little cut kick downstairs, back reposition. Now on that last kick, he could bump out. Show him what I mean by bump. Now watch, when he hits the mic, you might hear a clash. That's the mic, not my chest. He could bump out. When you bump, he's doing a push in and do a double bump out. When you double bump out, put center of the chest. Now freeze frame. Hit the center of the chest, that way he's off balance. If you go for the shoulders, you're not going to push him in the direction. That's why sumo wrestler, you always see him go right at the neck first, right off the bat. He's going to bump straight back. Then he could close the door with a little outside cross cut kick. Or what I try and prefer people to do is angle out. So as he finishes that last punch, which is that last hook upstairs, he's going to change angle. He's going to pivot in. He's going to post with that lead hand. Posting means if I start to counter punch, he's kind of neutralized me. You don't want to go too far back, because if he's too far back, it gives me too much time to deal with that follow-up cut kick on the end of it. We call it a door closing technique. So we always say close the door with a cut kick. In boxing, I always say jab out, finish your combination with a jab. That means that in any combination, don't finish your combination, boom, with your shoulders squared up like this. Always angle out at the end of the combination and jab as you step back. All right, we're going to do it a little bit faster, okay? Now, all our forms are designed to teach you rhythm. Rhythm is another word for movement. I like the word rhythm rather than move. Move your head, move your hands, move your feet. We just say rhythm. As soon as the coach says, rhythm, you know you better get your heads moving, or you better get your feet moving, or you better start working with those hands. We're speaking about rhythm Each of these forms, again, is designed to teach you rhythm, or these combination sequences. The first one's called Benny Briscoe. Benny Briscoe is a famous champion fighter out of the Philadelphia area. I like the Philadelphia gyms because Philadelphia and New York City back in the 20s and the 30s was the mecca of boxing. And you got the best of the world's best boxers coming out of that territory. And a lot of what my system is based on comes from that neighborhood. So when you work rhythm, watch this against my thigh. You want a rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And don't break the rhythm like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or start off slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, and then go fast. Change the rhythm in the middle of it. So that's one thing we try to work on when we're teaching people these combination sequences, is to find that flow, find that rhythm. And out of rhythm, you create timing. And with good timing, you can level the playing field against any fighter. With good timing, I can beat the tall guy, I can beat the fast guy, I can beat the guy who hits hard, I can beat the guy that's strong. Only with timing can you say that. All right, now we're going to pick it up and just work on the flow and the rhythm. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom, back reposition. All right, we've got to redo it. You missed the last 2 beats. All right, now again, we're going to do this time with rhythm. Watch it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bump out, cut. Notice how it went with the flow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Step out, cut, kick. You can speed it up, but when you speed it up, please don't make your punches jerky. Face me. If the coach is jerky with his movement, he's going to be jerky. You flow, 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 flow. See what I mean by flow? That's what rhythm means. And you increase the speed of the flow without tightening it up and without getting jerky. Now for you professional fighters, you say, well, that looks like dancing. Yeah, it looks like dancing, all right. But now watch. When you do it in a training situation, if I have him, he's going to be dealing with a fighter, I want him to learn how to set up a combination and get inside and set up that liver punch hook, that little double hook. So what I want to do is perfect that. So I'll do this sequence like we're working rounds. I'll turn the clock on, 3-minute rounds, maybe a 30-second rest instead of a full 1-minute rest. And we'll move around like this. I'll go from one sequence to the next sequence to the next sequence. And I tie them together with like a little jab. Then he'll move around, change up a little bit, maybe a little double jab, maybe flick in a little kick here, boom. Then I'll say work time, say here we go, boom, 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 back out, cut, boom, let's go. Give me a little jab here, boom. All right, let's go, boy, double jab. Give me a little kick here. Boom, all right, work time, here we go. Boom, 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 bump out, boom, kick, let's go work around. And try that for about 3, 4, 5 rounds. And tell me you're not working out. See, it looks like real fighting. It looks like real punching. You can see the flow. You can see the tactical maneuvering. That's why I like these sequences. Now we're going to take you through a few of these, and you practice them. You can add kicks. You can take a piece of that particular maneuver. All right, Mike, you want to come here, for example? Let's say, for example, I'm just going to go block, hook, right hand, and then I'm going to come back with a fast counter hook, and he's just going to block the boom on in it. Watch it again. 1, 2, 3, slap. And what he wants to do, he wants to learn how to deal with that person who's got a good fast counter hook, which is coming in his back door. So let me just create this model. We haven't rehearsed anything. Watch it. This is what you do as a coach. Block, 2, 3. I want to pull that right hand back fast enough. I'm going to try to slap his hip again. As soon as I hit him here, as soon as he feels the pressure, he's going to come back with the right hand, boom, back left hook, then close the door, round kick, boom. That would be like a little module. Watch again, slow. Bond, pump, 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 boom. Just like a real sparring combination. He works it over and over and over again. So anytime he gets in the ring with that person that's going to come in right hand, he comes back and he cuts that counter hook. He's going to nail him with that straight back right hand, the hook, boom, he closes the door with the round kick. He's got the fight won. That's how each of these sequences, what we call combination sequences, set up. This next sequence, combination sequence, we call it the short punch. It came out of the Philadelphia boxing gyms. And the short punch, basically, it's another name for a punch we call the 45. Now, just kind of turn, Mike Allen's working with me here. Put the hands down. A 45 is a cross punch between the straight up uppercut, which comes vertically this way, and a left hook, which comes horizontally this way. Those two punches kind of meet in a 90-degree angle. If I split that angle in half, it's at a 45-degree angle. And that's where the term the 45 comes from. The 45 is a rising hook. It's like a hook punch, but it rises from underneath. It's not a bent uppercut. It's a rising hook, so to speak. Now, the short punch is you're trying to get underneath a taller person's punches and bring that punch up on a 45-degree angle. I'm bringing it on a 45-degree angle. Turn a little bit more towards here. I'm bringing it from the hip, the iliac crest part of the hip, diagonally across to the shoulder. See that 45-degree angle? So I want to get inside here and bring it up on a 45-degree angle. Then maybe weave over the other side and bring another 45 from the opposite angle, or vice versa, switch them. Now face me, just let your horizontal hands down first. A 45 also implies that the punch is coming, instead of coming straight up on a 45-degree angle this direction, it's coming in on a 45-degree trajectory. So instead of coming horizontally, it's coming in on a 45-degree angle. So it's diagonally coming in on a 45-degree angle, and it's penetrating on a 45-degree angle. Because the taller person would kind of throw it this way. When Muhammad Ali used to knock out his opponents, like if you watch the fight with him and Oscar Bonavino, and the last round he drops Oscar Bonavino with a left hook, which ends the fight. And the hook comes from sort of from this direction. When Sugar Ray Robinson was fighting Gene Fullmer, and he caught Fullmer with a left hook, it wasn't a left hook like this. It wasn't a left hook to the ribs. It was actually a 45, which is properly termed the 45, not a hook. Okay, now watch it in slow motion. Again, the key here is, remember, rhythm. We want to do the movements in rhythm. Now, before we work the rhythm, let's just educate yourself, discipline the mind, work on the muscle memory to get the techniques down. The coach, you kind of stand stationary. The fighter, he steps in with a straight jab. He penetrates. Then from here, the coach, you fire the left hand straight at the head. He slips on a knee, back up. Then he slips the second punch, which could be a jab right hand. Now from here, he's in a perfect position to come straight up on the 45-degree angle, touching the chin, boom. Instead of hitting me, I'm going to have him 45-degree angle. He's going to hit the mitt. Come up 45-degree angle again, 45. He weaves underneath a little bit, 45 the opposite hand. So you got two 45 punches together. Then he comes back upstairs with a hook, boom. He weaves underneath the right hand, comes back, hook, straight right hand. He pulls it back. Now, before he moves, he's going to pivot in. He waits till he sees my counter punch coming, which could be a straight right hand. But coaches, keep your right hand here free for his counter punch. Instead, you work your left hand. As I fire my left hand at his head, he pivots in. He's sort of angling in. You can turn with him, coach. He comes back, closes the door, straight right hand, left hook, bumps out. He posts, he comes back with a cut kick. Now, in this last little kick here, we always call it close the door with a kick. In our manuals, it'll say round kick. In parentheses, it'll say cut kick. Or vice versa, it'll say cut kick, which could be a round kick. You could close the door kicking low. He could kick a little higher, or it could be a round kick to the neck, or what they call a drop kick. Bring the kick up and drop it diagonally across the neck. Some guys that got black belts 6'5", they're current world champions in kickboxing. They like to take that last kick instead of throwing a little round kick of the leg. They love to hit people on top of the head. So he slide out, for example, and bring maybe an axe kick right down on top of the head. It's your choice. It's just like we say in boxing. At the end of a combination, never finish the combination, boom, with the shoulder squared up like my shoulders are now. That's a no-no. You always want to finish that combination with the left shoulder in front of the chin. All right, so if you're going boom, 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 don't finish this way, finish this way. And then they teach you always jab out. Don't just stop and step back. You're going to die. So when you finish the combination, jab out. Close the door on the end of the combination. Close the door means it's kind of a lingo talk. if you're in a real altercation in a room and you pop somebody and knock them down, the fight's over. You don't just turn around, turn your back to your opponent, walk out the door and leave the door open. One of the first tricks my brother taught me when I was a kid is he let big guys beat him up just to show off in front of the girls. Then he'd wait till they turn around to walk away like they just kicked his butt. He'd grab a brick, walk up behind them and pop them. The same thing. When you walk through that door, close that door behind you. That's the last of the 4 major rules in fighting. Always, when you fire a combination, close the door behind you. So when you don't jab out, what he's doing is he's closing the door with that little cut kick. That's where the concept comes from. Now, we're going to work on the same movement with rhythm. Rhythm again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't break the rhythm. Rhythm produces the timing. Remember that now. All right, let's try it again. We step in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, back out, boom. Nice little flowing form. Then, of course, you can do it a little faster. We did it real slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just step up the tempo just to get the hang of it, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, back out, boom. And you can go faster and faster and faster. Please, coaches, don't start jerking your hands at your opponent. No tense, jerky, explosive type movements. Instead of exploding like you think of in a karate type tournament where you score off against you and you work on that fast, explosive, deceptive trigger squeeze, you can fire like that sometimes. But if you set the rhythm and get your opponent consistent with your rhythm, get him sucked into your rhythm, you start dictating the momentum of the match with your rhythm, then you can break his rhythm, which is the ultimate in all of fighting. Broken rhythm is the ultimate principle in fighting. And these forms, what we call combination sequences, are designed to teach you how to create rhythm, suck your opponent into following your rhythm, and then ultimately breaking his rhythm, while at the same time tactically discovering how do you zero offensively into his defensive weaknesses. For example, that particular form, I'm a short guy, I want to get inside the taller person, and when his elbows are open, I'm going to bring that punch, not an uppercut, but slide, turn towards the camera. I'm going to bring that punch on an angle, slide it right up inside his forearm, what we call a 45, boom. And that's how it works.